Hello, and welcome to the Blue Collar Back Office Podcast. I'm your host, Dan Murch, and back today to talk about one of my favorite tools that's built into QuickBooks Online, and that is the ability to pay your bills. It's powered by Melio. They're kind of the back-powered engine of how the whole system works. Now, you can use the interface that's built into QuickBooks Online, or Melio has their own interface, which is connected and syncs with QuickBooks Online. So we're going to talk a little bit about those today and why it's such a valuable tool for your company, can really help save you time and help your cash flow. So cash flow is something we talk about all the time. It's something that's just crucial for any business, whether you're large, small, doesn't matter, medium, doesn't matter, but especially for small businesses, having a good cash flow and not having to worry about things that pop up unexpectedly really helps you sleep at night, first of all, but it's critical for just the overall health of your company and how you can grow and the things that you can do and the decisions that you make. So cash flow, like we've talked about, I don't know, 100 times, is all about how much money you have to pay your bills, pay your vendors, cover your payroll, compared to how much money you're bringing in. Are you doing your invoicing on time, right? Being proactive, things that we talk about all the time. So using the bill payment system or any other, trust me, there's other programs out there that do it, bill.com, et cetera. But I'm going to talk today about QuickBooks Online and Melio because they're the programs that I use the most. They are integrated with QuickBooks Online. They are seamless. I see how it helps our customers on a day-to-day basis. I see it helps me on a day-to-day basis. So that's really what we're going to focus on. But switching to them that service is not only just a matter of convenience. It saves you a ton of time, but it also helps improve your cash flow because one of the big things it allows you to do is schedule out your payments. So bills come in from your vendors, you have a payment term of net 30 days. Instead of just entering it as a bill into your system, you can schedule that payment right away. Now you can make changes down the road if you need to, but as that payment comes in, you can schedule that out. So as you're looking in your cash flow manager and you're looking in your register, not only are you seeing everything that's happened in the past, you can see what's going to be happening in the future. You can see your payments that are scheduled out, all ready to happen over the next 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, however far out you do it. It makes it really easy to project what your cash flow is going to look like as the days and weeks and months go by because it's already planned out. It also saves you a ton of time just because if you're doing it as you come in, it's kind of just one little simple workflow. Bill comes in, enter in the system, schedule payment, boom, done. As opposed to having to spend time each week going through your accounts payables and scheduling all your payments, and especially for the people that are still out there doing it, sitting down and handwriting checks or even just printing your checks through QuickBooks Online, but writing out checks and stuffing the envelope, mailing it out. You do not need to be doing that anymore. We have clients that we worked with that we've implemented this for them, and they've come back and they've told us it's saving them hours a week from what they were doing in the past. It is such a time saver. It is so convenient. I highly recommend that you do it. Now, the tools that are there, just make your life easier, and everything syncs and is integrated with QuickBooks Online, which helps tremendously. So when you make a quick payment in QuickBooks Online, obviously it matches to it. And when the bank feed connects, pulls in that transaction, it matches to the bill payment. So everything's good to go. If you're using the Melio interface, again, they sync back and forth and there's a two-way communication. So when you pay a bill through Melio, it's going to send that information back to QuickBooks. Market is paid in the system. Again, the whole flow is there, A, B, C, D, so that everything stays in line. And when you need to go back and look at it in the future, it all makes sense. It's all reconciled. It's all good to go. So it's amazing how much time it can save you and how much it can increase your cash flow because it's saving you time by being more efficient, and it's increasing your cash flow because it's allowing you to be more informed about what's going on. Now, a couple other things that they have in there built into it is the general way for you to pay it through Bill Pay or Melio is you connect your bank account, right? And then your vendors, you can either do an ACH transfer directly into their account if they provide you the information, and there's 0% fee for that. Using that service is 100% fee free. There's no subscription to it. You don't pay a per transaction fee, nothing. If you are going to pay with your bank account and direct deposit it into your vendor's bank account, 0% fee. So you are saving money, you are saving time. And the communication between the system and your vendors is fantastic. We'll get to that in a second. But it also gives you the option of two other things. One, you can mail a check. So say your vendor doesn't supply you with their bank information, they don't want to share it with you, you can't get it, whatever. You can enter that into the system. The money is drawn from your bank account. The system, Melio, prints the check, mails it out to your vendor, and they get it just like you mailed a check, but you're saving on the stamp. Now, they do charge you a fee for doing that. They just implemented that within the next couple of weeks. Sometime in mid-October is when those fees are going to start to implement. It's $1.50 per check. As of right now, that can change. But still, in terms of how much time it saves you and compared to some of the fees that some of the other programs have that do that, like Bill.com, it's still a huge savings. But if you can get your vendors to give you the ACH information, oh man, that's sweet, 0%. Now, the other option you have, say you're really tight on cash flow and you're just having a hard time, you don't have it right now, but you want to pay your vendors because you want to maintain that good credit, you can pay via credit card. Even if your vendor doesn't accept credit card payments, the system allows you to pay via credit card, and then they'll pay the vendor however they want to be paid, whether, again, it mails them a check or whether it does a direct deposit into the vendor's bank account. But what happens is you pay by your credit card, your vendor gets paid the way they want to, but you do have to pay a fee. It's 2.9% to pay by your credit card. But if you're in a really tight cash flow pinch and you have the choice of paying an extra 2.9% on your bill, but getting that extension of when you're actually paying it, right? Because now it's on your credit card bill. Maybe you don't have to pay that credit card bill for another 30 or 45 days. It's extending out your cash flow. It's not something I recommend doing on a daily basis. You don't want to start paying an extra 2.9% on all your bills, but it's there if you need it to help you out in a pinch. And some of our clients have, and they found it to be very useful. So I wanted you to know that's there. One of the other tools that they just implemented to make the system a little bit more efficient is the ability to combine payments. So inside of QuickBooks Online Bill Payments or Melio, you have 10 invoices for one vendor. You can select all 10 of those invoices and it'll do one payment to the vendor instead of 10 separate ones. And they'll get a memo describing everything that's being paid, keeping the communication clean. That's one of the things I love about the system. You put in all the vendor's contact information, their email, and say I go into the system and I process a payment for them. When it's done, the system sends an email to your vendor and says, hey, Dan is paying your bill. He's paying invoice number 12345 for $1,000. It's going to hit your bank account on roughly this date, or the check's going to mail out on this date. You should hopefully receive it on this date. But regardless, it's maintaining that open line of communication with your vendor without you having to do anything. It is such a great tool. Communication is key. So let the system do it for you. Again, it's going to save you a ton of time. It's going to improve your cash flow. So as I said before, this is something I use on literally a daily basis for my company, for our clients. So I am very well versed in it. Happy to answer any questions that anybody might have regarding it. I love the program. It is a key tool to be using to kind of help take you to that next step, help give you more information, help give you more time. So you can be spending that time doing the things that are good for your business, like going out and landing more clients or getting better pricing, whatever the case may be. Spend your time wisely. Don't spend it writing checks. It is not the best use for your time, especially in 2022, going into 2023, because we're already in the fourth quarter, in case you guys didn't notice. So that's today's topic. There's plenty more I could say about it. We'll probably talk about it more in the future. But as always, if you have any questions, please reach out to me. This is a topic I love and I know a lot about. Facebook, email, phone call. You guys know the deal by now. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. Let's go out and let's go have ourselves a fantastic day. It's the fourth quarter. We're getting into the home stretch of the year. Let's be proactive. Let's be effective. Let's think about, go over where we are so far this year, make a plan for how we're going to end this year strong, and then set ourselves up for future success in 2023. Like we talked about a few episodes ago about being proactive and budgeting and planning things out. Let's take the time in these next 3 months to really do that and set ourselves up to be successful. But first, today, the rent is due on our success, because remember, it's not owned, it's leased. So go out there and go pay it. Keep asking yourselves that question. How would the person I want to be handle the thing I'm about to do? Keep putting yourself in that forward thinking mindset and keep pulling yourself closer to your goals. Go out there today and go put some good out into the world. You put good out into the world, it will come back to you. I promise you. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening. Have yourselves a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.